Ay, walang
I-ano ko doon sa time ng Pilipinas. Lakas mamingwit ni Chano TV.
Ay, oo, nakikita ko yung Brad. Nakikita ko meron din yung sa Facebook eh.
Lakas na mamingwit. 100 yung everyday.
Ay.
Mas malaki na yung channel niya kaysa channel ko eh.
Jimmy Butler knocking down the three. Jimmy Butler looking good in the first half. In the second half, Memphis goes on a 17-0 run in the third, complete with ankle breakers. Ja Morant loses his defender with a crossover and scores the bucket. Crossover, see ya at the rim. Ja Morant with the layup. D'Anthony Melton gets the steal and hammers it in transition. No worries about who is around. Bam Adebayo with the drive-by. Melton with the strong finish. Heat do make a comeback in the fourth. The three-pointer is good. Miami right there in the thick of things. Jimmy Butler steals the ball, gets the layup. Tyler Hero, couple of dribbles, Hezzy, and then the layup for Tyler Hero. Scores tied at 83 apiece. Now you know what's going to happen. Ja Morant in the clutch. All the way to the rim. No one stops him. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Ja Morant races up the floor, finishes at the rim. Then the inbound pass is no good. Miami had the chance, but it's intercepted. Memphis holds on to win. Final score, Heat 85, Grizzlies 89. Christian Wood is back after missing 17 games as the Rockets host the Warriors. Draymond Green with the backdoor pass to Steph Curry for the layup. And then Christian Wood with the strong finish in the paint. Again, Draymond to Steph Curry with the backdoor connection. Warriors looking good early. Then Green with the rebound goes coast to coast. This time he keeps it, gets the layup. Warriors up 46-35. Lee finds Wiggins, who finds the bottom of the net. Wiggins ends up with 17 points. Steph Curry, eyes up, finds Jordan Poole, who drives and finishes with the and one. He makes the free throw. Golden State's up 63-42 in the second half. Steph Curry gets the rebound, throws the outlet pass to Draymond Green for the layup. Green ends up with 16 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. Steph Curry blows by the defender off the glass. And then with the clock winding down, Steph Curry shoots a three, goes back into the Rockets bench, falls hard on his tailbone. Steph Curry would not return to action. He ended up with 18 points and 8 assists. Oof. Golden State was up 86-71 at that point. Christian Wood goes between the legs and then makes the jumper. Christian Wood, welcome back to NBA action. Ouch. Wood, 21 points, 9 rebounds. Then in the fourth quarter, Nico Mannion finds Jordan Poole for the three. Poole ends up with 23 points.
Sexy lalay.
Pulls away to win. Final score, Warriors 108, Rockets 94.
Eden Rose Peña, mega love shout out. And Sexy Lalay. Ayan. Sexy.
morning, everybody, and welcome to the excitement of the NBA. Grizzlies basketball on Fox Sports Southeast is presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. From fabulous FedEx Forum on Beale Street to downtown Memphis, Tennessee, the Memphis Grizzlies welcome in the Golden State Warriors. Warriors a game above 500 off a blowout win over the Houston Rockets. Grizzlies a game below 500 coming off. Well, it was a trip in the mud against the Miami Heat, but the Grizzlies got the win on Wednesday. Hello again, everybody. Pete Branica, Brevin Knight on hand. Rob Fisher will join us momentarily. Our Campbell Clinic top performers, Brevin, a couple of guys that do things other than scoring. Although Kyle Anderson's having a career year in that regard, he's having a career year across the board.
Well, what we call these guys we call them glue guys, because they may not be the guys that you talk about first and foremost when you talk about their teams, but they're guys that are influential on a nightly basis to the success of their teams. And Kyle Anderson fits that role to a T. He has been able to be more aggressive on the offensive end, and they expect for him to be aggressive on the offensive end, whether that is shooting threes, but he's done a good job as of late of being able to get himself to the basket and finish around the basket with his length and long strides. We always know that he's going to be a fantastic defender. He's going to find guys in terms of being a playmaker. Defensively, made the play at the end of that Miami Heat game with a great switch. His mind is something that the Grizzlies rely upon night in and night out on both ends of the floor.
Well, the Golden State Warriors will rely on Draymond Green every night, but especially so tonight without Steph Curry. Triple-doubles in 2 of his last 3.
Well, he fills the stat sheet. He's not a guy that's going to go large in a lot of areas, but he can go big in every area. And what he's been able to do for this Warriors team is be a vocal person on the back line of their defense. On the offensive end, he's the guy that handles the basketball a lot on that end. He's able to make plays for multiple guys, allows them to use screens really big and dribble handoff situations. And so the Grizzlies, with Steph Curry being out of this game along with Pascal and also Wiseman, see if they force Draymond Green to be more of a primary scorer than a guy that is able to influence the game with assists and a guy that's able to influence it as Kyle does with his mind.
Another guy who does a lot of different things well, Anthony Melton, made some winning basketball plays against Miami.
But he's been making winning basketball plays every time he's been given the opportunity to be on the floor. He came up with big steals, run-outs on the offensive end, continues to make shots from the perimeter, and on the defensive end is becoming one of those guys that's sneaky. Can be a guy that you have to know where he is at all times on the floor. So Anthony, with that smile and his play, has been a great person for the Grizzlies to have to use off of that bench.
Multiple steals in 7 of the last 8 games. Well, how can the Grizzlies start a winning streak? Brevin breaks it all down. It's the pinnacle effective advice of the game, and it's on the way next when we return. Grizzlies and the Warriors on Fox Sports Southeast.
Tonight's presentation of the national anthem is being performed by
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang around, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the
Memphis Grizzlies. It's a weekend with the Warriors, Friday and Saturday night. Game 1 tonight here at FedEx Forum. Time now for the Pinnacle Effective Advice of the Game. Pinnacle Financial Partners, play hard, bank easy. Brevin, what exactly do you mean by one-sided?
Well, we're going to dive a little bit into basketball talk here, partner. And what it is, when you play against a team that's number 1 in assists, 28 assists a game is this Warriors team, they like to move the ball side to side. They need the team to be good. See if the Grizzlies can force them to be more of a one-on-one team here in this game.
Cool. This one, I understand.
Oh, yes, this is one of the worst rebounding teams in the association. See if the Grizzlies can take advantage of this by banging the boards. And that means both ends. On the defensive side, coming up with clean stops that allow them to then get out and run, whether that's off the dribble or throwing the ball ahead. Then when they miss shots, Valanciunas will be huge tonight in terms of offensive rebounds and the opportunity to put those rebounds back. They cannot allow this Warriors team to do a good job on the backboards. If so, the Warriors give themselves a great opportunity.
Warriors have the second worst rebounding rate in the NBA at just 47%. That's the Pinnacle Effective Advice. We're back with the starting lineups and tip in a moment.
Won't cop out when that things you're all about. Right on. We see this cat chef is a bad mother. Number 12, John Moran. And at the other guard, in his first season out of Duke, number 3, Winston Howland. And at forward, in his 7th season out of UCLA, number 1, Kyle Anderson. And at the other forward, in his 4th season out of Oregon,
Grizzlies at home tonight. They will grit, grind, and groove with the City Edition Isaac Hayes-inspired uniforms. Let's meet the starting fives for tonight's game between the Warriors and the Grizzlies. Tonight's starting five, presented by Verizon. 5G built right for basketball fans. Kelly Oubre was listed as doubtful with a sore foot, but he will start tonight with Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, Andrew Wiggins, and Jordan Poole in place of Steph Curry, who's out with a bruised tailbone, for Steve Kerr in his 7th season as head coach of the Golden State Warriors. They come in at 21-20, Grizzlies 18-19, and no changes to the starting lineup for the Grizzlies, as Grayson Allen will make his 14th start of the season in the backcourt with John Morant, Valanciunas, Anderson, and Brooks for Taylor Jenkins in his 2nd season with the Grizzlies. Now an AutoZone sideline report from Rob Fisher.
Well, guys, D'Anthony Melton coming off the bench again tonight, where he's come off the bench most of the season, and how effective he's been. Mr. Do Something was Mr. Do Everything against Miami Heat the other night. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Head coach Taylor Jenkins said he's constantly growing every single day. We know his capabilities on the defensive end, but offensively, he's just really embraced the efficiency of his game. And he's put in the work, and it's all starting to pay off. And as he continues to get the reps, he's just constantly learning from it. D'Anthony said in the offseason he wanted to emphasize working on his offensive game. He said, I know I can put the ball in the hoop, and all that matters now is putting on an efficient rate. I just want to continue to be efficient and continue to be aggressive. On the defensive end, he's been super aggressive. At least 1 steal in 8 straight, including 2.4 steals per game.
And made a big play against Miami. The Tampa Clinic injury report, Marquise Chris out with a leg fracture, Steph Curry bruised tailbone. Haskell and Wiseman health and safety protocols. Klay Thompson, the torn Achilles. Jaren Jackson Jr. out for the Grizzlies. Revenant. We have 3 officials.
And they showed up on time.
They have been assigned by the NBA. Sean Corbin in his 26th NBA season, 85 playoff games. Matt Boland in his 18th and 13 years in the Miami-Dade Police Department. Glad you're with us wherever you may be on this Friday night. Valanciunas to jump against Looney. Sean Corbin will toss it. And we're underway in Memphis. Golden State winning Wednesday at Houston 108-94. And Houston, even though they got Christian Wood back, a franchise record in terms of consecutive losses for the Houston Rockets.
They're up to 18 losses in a row. Looney's able to get a short one there. You talk about this Golden State Warriors, and you know how well the Grizzlies move the basketball. Well, they're number one in the association in assists a game, right below 28 a game.
Well, they had 30-plus for the second time in 3 games against Houston. They lead the league in 30 assist games, a sidestep triple aborted, and then Kyle Anderson missing the 3, and John Morant runs down the long rebound. Kyle thought about the reload, drives, and then has his pocket picked. Jordan Poole back the other way. He pulls the trigger on a transition 3, and Jordan Poole, who has impressed over the last 5 games, averaging 19 a game on 54% shooting and 46% from deep, triples the Warriors up 5. Leaner by Morant is in.
Beautiful little leaner there, but you saw in that last possession for the Warriors, New Age basketball. It was a 2-on-1 break opportunity. And 3 is missed there by Oubre. He had a 2-on-1 break. Instead of Poole letting it be a 2-on-1, he flares out to the 3-point line to knock down that 3, but that lets you know where his confidence is on the offensive end.
Grayson Allen drives as the Grizzlies within 1. Grayson with 9 points Wednesday against Miami. Last year in 2 games against Golden State, shot it very well and averaged 13 a game. Grizzlies winning 2 of 3 from the Warriors. Leader by Poole is in again. Second-year player out of Michigan. Spent 2 years in Ann Arbor.
Well, what he is a scorer. And you can see he gets where he wants to on the floor and confident to knock down those shots. Dylan misses that one there.
Draymond Green, the trigger man, going all the way to the goal, missing, and then can't follow his own. And the rebound for Valanciunas, who is now 3rd in rebounds per game in the league, just under 12. And he makes a move to the rim and trying to get it back. And Looney clears for Golden State.
That was the first time this year we've had the coast-to-coast Valanciunas.
Oubre overshoots, and the rebound to Kyle Anderson. Well, Valanciunas says, you don't have to run plays for me. I'll just take it myself.
Yeah, don't worry about passing it to me.
And try a 3. Jonas is going to get his shots up one way or the other.
He didn't get up a lot against the Miami Heat because of the way they packed in the defense. A lot of threes to move here by Dylan to get to the front of the rim.
And the Grizzlies capitalized on the first Golden State turnover of the game.
So with low shot attempts in that Miami game, he's come out here and I'm going to figure out a way to be involved offensively.
That Miami game, an outlier numerically in so many ways. When he puts it on the deck and you see just how well Golden State moves the basketball, Kyle Anderson with a deflection. Wiggins got it back. Shot clock down to the very end. Then the 3-point made by Kevon Looney. Looney, 43% from beyond the arc. Just his 4th triple of the season. And then he double teams Grayson Allen, and the Grizzlies turn it over for the second time.
They're a good defensive team because, of course, Draymond Green, the way that he talks on the back line. But they have multiple guys that have been giving the effort on that end this year. Good block, good by job.
Morant with a block of Oubre. They have, I think, 4 guys with 7-foot or better wingspans. They're a very, very long team. Valanciunas goes into his move against Looney. Tries to shoulder him out of the way, draws the foul, and will go to the line. Valanciunas to the line for the first time.
Victory and open up a 2-0 lead in the series.
Marcelo Pagnaw, an assistant coach for San Miguel. 8 seconds remaining. Poste. Seconds remaining. Poste.
not sure what the explanation was, but what I like about it is he just kept playing. Yes.
The fouls call, but didn't stop playing. They were able to regain control of the basketball and get the lift to finish.
Poole tiptoeing along the baseline. Wiggins with a miss and the rebound of Valanciunas. Grizzlies with a chance at their first lead. Kyle feeds Grayson. And then they'll go Valanciunas battling for it. And now the Grizzlies have their first lead of the game. Now taken by Steve Kerr.
Talking about rebounding was going to be crucial. The Grizzlies had to dominate in that area, doing a good job of it so far. 9-5 edge in rebounding.
Well, the Grizzlies have to make last game, all 5 field goals in the painted area for the Grizzlies.
Check this. March is back.
Transported by Valanciunas.
And you can just cut right in front of them, and they'll just be slow reacting. So they'll do some of that throughout the night. And if the Warriors are looking for it, they'll have it. Keep an eye on those Warrior assist totals with the movement. I like that Wiggins was in there doubling Valanciunas, comes away with a steal. Andrew Wiggins for 3. So Wiggins at 3, Poole at 3, Looney at 3. Who needs Curry? If you're just going to hit from the outside like that. They're going under everything, and Andrew Wiggins is saying, you can't go under that on me. Grayson Allen will drop it off, and Valanciunas is going to be a problem. You know that going in. See, I think the up and down is better because they forget about Valanciunas sometimes. In the half court, then they look for him. Wiggins and Draymond, little two-man game. And Wiggins pulled that a little short. Grayson Allen will push. Grayson Allen, you got to watch from the three-point line at 40%. And that time denied nicely by Jordan Poole. Oubre's got that John Morant cover, which is no fun. Shot clock down to 3. Allen's not the one you want to leave. We just mentioned that. He's the most dangerous three-point shooter.
And Jordan Poole had to drop down because they X'd that weak side out. It was just a long closeout for Draymond.
Oubre missing that 3. Yeah, Dylan Brooks, he's going to shoot a lot. He took 10 threes the other night. He's not a high percentage shooter. Like you said, he's the barometer. When he's making shots, Memphis is really good.
Only made 2 of those 10.
Nice little step through, but Wiggins just a little short. Looney kept that alive. Jordan Poole, he can just keep making everything he sees.
After offensive rebound, it's the best time to shoot threes. Grayson Allen had already run back. He thought they had the rebound. You get a wide open jumper.
I'll tell you, Looney's just longer than you think. Just knocking that away from Valanciunas to keep that play alive. And you just see Dylan Brooks getting stubborn. And Valanciunas, that's his job. He goes to the offensive glass.
He's doing his work early. He's going to use his size, get good position, push his guy under the rim so he can get it easier.
Steph out with that bruised tailbone.
Looney another three, and that one off iron. The tempo feels good for the Dubs, though. There's a lot of activity, good movement up and down. I don't sense we're in an 89-83 type of game. Memphis won the other night. Catch and shoot, Grayson Allen. Got to find him now. Kelly Oubre dropped down to cover the rim. And you're a little slow recovering, getting back out. Rotate. Grayson Allen with 8. Jordan Poole with 8. Missing there on the 3. And Kyle Anderson. If you're the Warriors, you'll take that possession all day. John Moran never touched it. Valanciunas never touched it. You have to know your personnel. It's Grayson Allen. We'll see D'Anthony Melton come in the game. Those are the shooters. Oubre took it to trouble. And that's why they score the most points off turnovers right there. Fast break. They make good decisions. They got multiple guys that can handle the ball. They trust each other. They're comfortable playing that way. So you have to make sure, especially the live ball turnovers, those are really going to hurt you here on the road. But now the Warriors are still there. Just got to make sure, attention to detail, where's your scoring coming from? Bulls like, here I am, 5-point game.
Well, if you watch TV, you probably know that it's done with multiple cameras and inputs, and the technical director is the one behind the switcher choosing which input is going to go live. I also work with our various television and in-arena crews when it comes to the credential, parking, meals, those kind of requests, and various other production duties as needed. I've been here 20 years, and I have seen the participation of women change pretty drastically. When I first started, there were only a couple of women in upper management, and I would say it's probably about half female now. Makes me proud to work for this company. We have made a point to try and be as inclusive as possible, not just in our corporation, but in the community. I would tell young women looking to get into the sports industry to persevere, work hard, get to know the people in the field, volunteer your time, surround yourself with people in the industry, and don't give up.
Don't miss 20 seasons of Grizzlies basketball in Memphis. Limited single game tickets for home.
The first 6 games, kind of sporadic playing time. The next 9, the shooting coming around. The last 5, incendiary from deep. Coach Kerr said he's different. He is. He is feeling good right now, and they need him to stay there, especially in this game. He's gotten off to another quick start, but he stopped up for that 3 2-on-1. I was like, okay, yeah, he's still there. He's still feeling good. So now we take a look at Damian Lee and Brad Wanamaker, Kent Bazemore. With the Warriors banged up, going to be different rotations and different units here. With this lineup, they'll switch everything. And Wiggins, it'd be great for Andrew to build on the second half of the season. He was really good against Houston. He was really good against Utah. They're going to need him tonight. D'Anthony Melton, Justice Winslow, Brandon Clark, and Desmond Bane have checked in, and that's a travel. Can't do that. Desmond Bane is a really good three-point shooter. He's actually their best percentage-wise, 45% from three-point range. Scrappy defender, strong, can put it on the floor. 4-year college players should not travel right in front of everybody. I knew you were going to say the 4-year college. Come on, get some footwork going, TCU. Wiggins He's always able to get to his right. You think you got him covered, but you don't. Brandon Clark wanted the wraparound. That's just quickness. Not going to get that call. You're going to need to go one-on-one because, again, they switch everything, and a lot of the screens and interchanges aren't going to work. We'll just keep contesting. Guys like Melton definitely can shoot from the outside. Now, the willingness and the idea to throw ahead, you're going to live with some turnovers tonight because you just have to find a way to get points, and that's what Draymond's thinking there. Draymond said, that's my bad. He just bobbled it. He didn't have it in his hands. He would have threw it earlier. But Brandon Clark is trying to back up and be ready to move his feet, but that's a blow-by. Don't ask for a wraparound offensive foul call. Ja Morant sits, so Tyus Jones' first action, and Draymond contested that beautifully. So if you're the Warriors, again, you just hang in the game.
Stick na, naglalaro na lang pala Utah Jazz.
Shot clock down to 7. Tyus' 3 is too strong, but he was rapid. They did 5 of 11 so far tonight. Just for the Grizzlies training staff working on Ja's hand. Converts again to pull the Grizzlies within 2. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. And then they will meet in the final game of the regular season at Chase Center in May.
There'll be some big implications with that game with how the West is shaking out right now. These two teams will probably still be hanging around one another in terms of their records.
Another 3 down.
The Warriors do a great job of their motion away from the ball, especially when Draymond Green has the ball, because they know that he wants to be more of a passer, facilitator, they are moving extremely well across the floor. Why we said he had to try to force his team to be one-sided, not doing it to this point, enabling them to use the entire floor.
Damian Lee getting on the board with a three. And now another three, that one launched by Wanamaker. Beg your pardon, it's a long two by Wanamaker. Highest from the top of the key. Grizzlies trying to go 2 for 1, and Damian Lee, who's had at least, well, he's had one game-winning three-point make and also game-winning free throws for the Warriors. And the Warriors are going to have a first-quarter lead here without Steph Curry. A drive and an and-one opportunity hadn't fallen, but Wiggins is starting to really impress. I think underwhelmed at times in Minnesota, but new life in Golden State.
But the thing is, this we talked about the mind. At the opening, we talked about Kyle Anderson and Draymond Green and how well they're able to manipulate things with their smarts. Draymond Green was posted against a smaller Desmond Bain. Instead of worrying about getting the ball in the post, he told Wiggins, drive baseline because I will hold off. I'll hold off Bain, and now you'll have the clear drive on the baseline that then ultimately ends up in these 2 free throws.
Green already 6 rebounds, 4 assists. To remember, he became the first player in NBA history to record a triple-double with single-digit points here in this building.
I remember.
And Wiggins with a dozen here in the first, making up for Steph Curry, who's the best first-quarter scorer in the NBA at almost 10 a game. Melton has to launch high to reel that one in, and then an air ball to end the first quarter. Golden State closes on a 16-3 run. Grizzlies had control of the scoreboard with a 12-3 run, but the Warriors.
Nada. Kano naman.
Draft pick. Shot clock down to 7. Tyus' 3 is too strong, but he was.
Nothing else.
Drive.
Malalang na.
On the stick. Okiki. Green. Wait. Magic with Gordon, Okiki, Bacon, Birch, and Bamba.
Bacon, Birch, and Bamba. I don't know if I could.
It sounds like a trendy brunch spot. As that jumper rattles in for Bamba.
Get some bacon. Bacon, Birch, and Bamba.
Green gets fouled by Bamba. And Jeff Green is going to shoot two.
And we see just the quick hands shooting the gaps off this play. In this Orlando team, whew, nice pass to finish it off by Okiki. In this Orlando team, they don't necessarily really force a lot of steals or create points off turnovers with their defense. They try to more so just remain solid and protect the inside. See Bacon, nice shot fake, kick out, good penetration and ball movement. But for the Nets, on the flip side of things, Orlando takes care of the basketball, so because of it, a lot of the pace and the push and the fluidity that we see when they get to the open court, when they find early offense, the Magic will try to mitigate just with their tempo and how they try to play.
Magic lead is 7. It was 8 moments ago. They had built it to 7. And then the Nets went on a 7-0 run, erased it, but Orlando has built it back up. Gordon kicks it out. Wide open look for Bacon. Can't hit, and Claxton secures it. Claxton, Johnson, Green, Shaman, and Harden, the 5 for Brooklyn. Harden goes around Okiki, and that is going to be foul number 3 on James Harden. Got the step, but then muscled in to Okiki, and that is a big foul against James Harden.
Watch the right arm. And it's just the little, two times just a little bit of shove off. You see right there, right arm, right shoulder.
He had a beat too. It felt like it probably wasn't necessary. See how Steve Nash plays this as Gordon buries a 3. Aaron Gordon, 15 points already in this first half. Harden remaining on the floor with his 3 fouls. Johnson just lost it. Massive difference from the 3-point line to begin this game. Orlando shooting it very well from downtown. Gordon can't get that to drop, and he's going to stick here. And a loose ball foul against Tyler Johnson. And Johnson, you could hear sort of screeching in protest to that call.
My initial thought was that it might be an over the back, and Tyler Johnson indicated through his gesture he felt like there was a shove off.
So a 10-point Magic lead. Shot clock down to 4. Gordon muscled it up, couldn't get it to drop. Claxton just hung enough there. Here comes Harden. Harden lobbing it up to Claxton for the flush.
James Harden has talked about the simple nature of what Nicholas Claxton needs to do. Sprint the floor, block shots, rebound, and catch lobs. And he makes it easy to catch a lot of lobs and throw things down with the way in which he can penetrate, get inside the paint, and find his big man.
And Fournier stepped out of bounds. So the ball goes back to Brooklyn.
So take a look. Nicholas Claxton here. Just wait right under the basket in that dunker spot. James Harden does it with ease. He can beat his man. He baits and engages in the second defender, and because of it, it always will leave someone open.
Claxton sets the screen for Harden. Harden flips it up and off. Here comes Orlando with numbers, a 5-on-3. Gordon left alone, hits the 3. Towing just behind the line. Aaron Gordon, 18 first half points in his second game back from injury. Steve Clifford talked about how Gordon said he felt great after playing last night, returning, having missed 17 of 18 games. He has looked great in this first half.
Johnson along 2 is good.
Continues his solid shooting. And for Aaron Gordon, especially when you're injured and you're coming back, you are spending so much time on your catch and shoot looks. And we're seeing that from him here tonight. He's also improved his percentages each and every year. And he's shooting 37% from 3 this season.
Oh, Harden, the breakdown, couldn't get it to glass in. And he wanted a foul there against Gordon, who has done a nice job defending Harden at times in this first half. Fournier, a deep one, misses badly, and it ends up with Claxton. Green, Claxton, gets denied by Bamba. Another 3 is good. Evan Fournier sends the Nets into a timeout. Magic have come out hot. They have a 12-point lead. Steve Nash trying to rally the troops.
I'm gonna go with call.
Burgers or tacos?
Woo! Taco, you can do more things with it.
Pancakes or waffle?
I think I'm gonna go with waffle. Ah, man, that's tough. I'm gonna regret that later.
Pirates or ninjas?
Oh, that's tough too, man. I like Pirates swag more than I like ninjas. But I think if we're stacking them up, ninjas go take over Pirates for sure.
PS4 or Xbox One?
PS4 all day, baby. Yes, gang.
Music or podcasts?
I like music.
Batman or Superman?
Batman all day.
Papa John's or Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A, easy.
Second round, phone call or tacos?
A taco all day. I'll take a taco over a phone call 100 times out of 100.
Waffles or ninjas?
Well, hold on. If the ninjas is attacking me, am I part of the ninja tribe? Do I get waffles? I'm gonna go with waffles. Ninjas seem a little dangerous.
PS4 or music?
I'm gonna go with PS4 because PS4 has music on it.
Batman or Chick-fil-A?
Couldn't even imagine a life without Batman. I think I'm gonna go with Batman.
Tacos or waffles?
I'm gonna go with taco. It's more substantial.
PS4 or Batman?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna go with PS4, man.
Tacos or PS4?
It is time for I Did Not Know That. Brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Take it away, Michael Grady.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. James Harden on Wednesday had the second 40-point triple-double in Nets history. Vince Carter had the first on April 7, 2007, getting his final 2 assists in overtime.
We know that. We got that.
Okay, how about this? Did you know these are not the only 2 40-point triple-doubles in Nets history? Giving some love to those who play with the red, white, and blue basketball. Dr. J, he did it twice. February 6, 1974, 40 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists at Indiana. And January 24, 1975, 42 points, 18 boards, 10 assists versus the Kentucky Colonels. 4 total 40-point triple-doubles, 3 players. Now, the NBA lasted 9 seasons, 67-76, Ryan's conversion with the NBA. This is also the Nets' 9th season in Brooklyn.
Well, Michael Grady, I did not know that. As Irving finds Joe Harris, I know Peter Vesey, longtime NBA writer, as well as Herb Turetsky, the outstanding, wonderful gentleman and long-time official scorer. I know they're going to love that. I did not know that because they're big ABA guys. Irving, behind the back, gets to his spot, just couldn't finish. Fournier had it poked by Irving. 3-on-2 developing. Harris flanks. Couldn't quite get his feet right, but that's okay. Nick Claxton rocking to the rim.
rim run, and he was rocking at the end. Just a smart job, too, because you had mentioned how everyone's spread out, and Joe Harris does a nice job of putting the ball on the floor when he's run off the three-point line.
Vucevic, it's so quick that he gets it up and out of his hand.
He's impressive, and he's improved every single season and in all areas. Some multiple ways that he can come at you and score with his size.
Oh, another nice delivery from Harris to Claxton. And Claxton will go to the line to shoot two.
And take a look at this. Just a sprint. And Claxton waiting, and then gets right in the middle. And whether it was part of his mindset off that play, you always want to give your teammate an area to drive. So you're gauging what Joe Harris is doing with the basketball as he puts it on the floor. And then when he realized there wasn't necessarily a driving lane, but a way for him to keep cutting up the gun. See good chemistry and good connection, and just a nice feel there by Claxton.
Claxton just 13 of 22 from the line so far this season. I want to remind you, check out the new Yes app. You got to get it. It's absolutely fantastic. Picture quality is just outrageously good. I was actually watching you and Michael the other night.
Were you?
Which Michael was outstanding on play-by-play, as we knew he would be.
Of course.
And I was watching you two do the next game on the app right as I was about to do Clippers Mavericks. I had it right up there. Bam. And it was...
Was there any crossover? Did you have to play-by-play while you had your eyes on the app, or no? Was that asking too much?
No comments.
We appreciate you. We're speaking of my favorite part of the app is watching the appreciate you shows of our family, Michael Grady.
He's got Baron Davis coming up, I believe.
What? Did you spill? Has this been announced yet?
I believe it's been announced. Did I? Michael's giving me the thumbs up. Okay.
No.
Today it dropped? Okay. Okay.
Like literally an hour ago.
I thought you were spoiling things.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't. Irving with the gorgeous counter step and flip.
And Baron Davis.
Yeah, I almost was like...
She's got heavy hitters coming out of the gates.
Almost was like the friend of someone at the record label who accidentally revealed the name of the single before it was out, you know? You don't want to be that guy.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I think I'm also going back to, 90s discography, but, that's sort of where I live when I think about music.
I got it.
Now, Jordan back in. Brooklyn's done a nice job with Irving coming in off the bench to start to shave this down a bit. Irving from three. Can't finish. It's Brown, Harris, Irving, Jordan, and Green, the five for Brooklyn. Harris, good contest. Birch on the rebound. Off his fingertips out to Okiki. Jordan got his paws on it. Ended up with Irving. Irving through the legs. Harris, you bet. You got to hit the shot after a pass like that. Vucevic fading away. No. Brown the rebound. Another opportunity for Brooklyn.
Nice job just staying in front, forcing a tough shot. Nets have been rebounding better.
Harris got fouled. And Joe Harris is going to shoot three.
Oh, how about the sauce on that pass? And Joe Harris stepping right into it. He's got room. He's got rhythm. And we get a fun highlight to watch. On this side of things, did he get Joe Harris before he was, or as he was going up, I should say, in his shooting motion?
Or maybe on the landing. Either way, Harris at the line. 22nd straight game for Joe with at least two made threes. A Nets franchise record. Can I ask you something as a great shooter yourself, Sarah?
Thanks, Bruce.
Well, it's just facts, as the kids say. Why is it that some outstanding three-point shooters aren't great free throw shooters? Joe is one of those guys. Right now, he just made all three, but he's not a great free throw shooter despite being the best or one of the top three-point shooters in the NBA.
I wish I had an answer for that. And I don't. And we've seen Joe hit so many clutch shots.
And that's not exclusive to Joe. It happens sometimes with great three-point shooters.
Yeah, I really don't have a good answer to it. And it's just something that you don't. And I don't know. I mean, Joe Harris in particular. You look at his instance, he's not getting to the line a lot, right? So throughout the course of his career, you look at last season, he was getting to the line a little over 1 free throw attempt per game. It is under that. He's at 0.8 free throw attempts per game. So sometimes it's just the regularity of doing it throughout the course of the game. You're not getting those reps. That's the best reasoning I can give you. But I think sometimes just those who are getting to the line a bunch, getting a bunch of opportunities and attempts, it helps you find that.
Nice find from Irving. Green couldn't finish. Jordan, trying a third attempt, got fouled. He's going to stay right here. We'll step aside. Magic 12 of 20 from 3 in this first half.
Noise from Magic Beat.
Going to set a standard for retail moving forward. Going to set a standard for retail. All over the world. Without team, there's no way this would have been possible. And I really think it's going to set a standard for retail moving forward.
Excuse me. What year is it, please? It's a 1790 thing! Number 9! Thank you. Sorry. Oh, I just remembered. Pompeii was destroyed in 79 AD. By the way. What's the volcano called? Oh, Mount Vesuvius.
Mount Vesuvius. For real. My wheat farm in Utah pays for my potato farm in Idaho, which complicates my taxes. Wish I could hand them off to an expert.
I'll file those taxes for you. Hand them off.
Thank you.
Let an expert file for you. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Warriors by 4, 7-39 for the half. Well, the Grizzlies and Pinnacle Financial Partners are looking to grow local Memphis businesses with the Grizz Biz Challenge. Businesses that are looking to grow can submit and fit their business plans to our panel of judges. The winner gets a 6-figure marketing partnership with the Grizzlies, courtesy of Pinnacle Financial Partners. Grizzlies.com/GrizzBizChallenge for more information and to apply before the March 31st deadline, which is rapidly.
Marami pa tao sa Boston. It's na lang tayo. Okay. Let's versus economics. Paano naman ito?
Defensive end and knock it down, especially those deep looks.
Irving has 20 points in the first half. Gordon muscled past Brown, but then a foul before the basket against Bruce Brown.
And these are the reasons that Aaron Gordon was a number 4 overall pick. The mismatch that he presents with his size, his strength, the athleticism. Of course, he's a high-flying player, but the potential that his development on the offensive end has, which he's starting to show in certain flashes. And of course, we talked about the fact that he's missed a significant chunk of time this season with that ankle injury. But you're looking at a player that can theoretically face you up. He can play with his back to the basket. He's been more consistent, knocking down three-point shots. And for as much as we've talked about through his career, is he a 3? Is he a 4? Positionless basketball now, you're playing a multitude of positions regardless.
Irving hops to the rim. 22 points in this first half for Kyrie Irving. Magic shooting 55% as a team. Nets shooting just under 56%. The Magic had just 66 points through 3 quarters last night. They already have 64 tonight.
Look at how easy Kyrie beats his own man. Aaron Gordon doesn't even show any resistance there. He stands there with his arms up and lets Irving just finish right by him.
2-for-1 opportunity for Brooklyn. Irving on Gordon. Crossover 2 is good. Kyrie is cooking. Irving with the last 11 Brooklyn points. Vucevic can't hit. Brown fought for it, and I don't know why Jordan just let that go. It actually ended up bouncing inbounds, and it had last hit Bruce Brown.
It looked clearly off Bruce Brown.
So now Orlando can get the final shot. Gordon has it knocked out of bounds by Brown, and 5.8 to operate here for Orlando. Aiken is going inbound. Vucevic pushes it up and off, and that will do it for the first half. Kyrie Irving helps the Nets survive. Outstanding shooting from Orlando. Coming up the half, Chris and Frank in our Yes Network studios. Highlights of the Celtics and the Kings. Michael Brady's coaches report. Irving scores 24 in the first half. Nets trail by 2 after 2.
At the back of my head, them other boys, I don't even.
Return. Fox Sports Florida and Fox Sports Sun are now Bally Sports Florida and Bally Sports Sun. The Rays.
Credit. Had a great look in the Denver game. Didn't fall, but came back and makes it happen against the Heat. Said it just speaks about 3 assists.
Valanciunas, the loose ball foul. Well, the other thing about Ja, 9 free throw attempts in the month of March. That speaks to the continued aggression that is something Taylor Jenkins has been reinforcing with him. First foul on Valanciunas. Grizzlies over the limit. Draymond Green to the line.
And they need him to be able to play downhill because that forces defenders to have to help, and he is so good at finding players, whether it's live or
Oh, kick. Gagi.
Incredible leaping ability. Wiggins can throw it down as he's out in front by.
Called on Oubre, I believe. They're going to call on Draymond Green, I beg your pardon,
Right, Rob? Well, he's got some. You mentioned it the other night. He's got some that he hasn't made that are amazing.
the Kevin Love one still lives on.
Yeah. Well, he had the big game winner the other night against the Miami Heat, and that was a big highlight. Taylor Jenkins said that confidence that he's going to make the right play and he's going to get the job done just speaks volumes to who he is as a player and as a person. Give him a lot of credit. Had a great look in the Denver game. Didn't fall, but came back and makes it happen against the Heat. Said it just speaks volumes to his ability to learn and to focus on the next opportunity and seize it and get the job done for him and his teammates. Ja averaging 22.5 points per game in the month of March to go along with 7.3 assists.
Valanciunas, the loose ball foul. Well, the other thing about Ja, 9 free throw attempts in the month of March. That speaks to the continued aggression that is something Taylor Jenkins has been reinforcing with him. First foul on Valanciunas. Grizzlies over the limit. Draymond Green to the line.
And they need him to be able to play downhill because that forces defenders to have to help, and he is so good at finding players, whether it's lobs to the rim, drop-offs, or spraying it out to the three-point line so that the Grizzlies are able to manufacture half-court points. You know how well they play in the open floor. It's when they get into their half-court sets where they have to find those openings.
Draymond Green on the board, points-wise. Anderson comes foul line, flips the hook up and in. Kyle Anderson, his first score of the game.
Right now, it comes down to they got to get some stops on the defensive side. They're not. The Warriors are like a walk in the park for them right now on the offensive end, getting whatever they want.
Lead. And you saw there a stereotypical Golden State play, dribble handoffs. They love dribble handoffs and off-ball screens, but that dribble handoff did not result in a bucket for Lee. Grayson Allen leads, scoops, and scores. Grayson Allen, the Grizzlies' leading scorer with a dozen.
Get some stops to get back-to-back baskets. But it has to continue to start on this defensive side.
For a few moments here, it was looking like the fourth quarter of the Oklahoma City game. Oubre with a ball fake. They get it to the hot man Lee. Late contest. The Grizzlies dodge a bullet. Rebound to Valanciunas. That is his 10th. And a look ahead to Grayson Allen. Whoa, Sean Corbett takes a tumble in front of the Grizzlies bench.
To be honest with you, Barton, the pass was one in which went further than what Melton went to because Sean Corbett was about to run in the middle of this pass. You'll see here, he stops.
Yep.
I think that throws Grayson Allen off just for a second. Talking about like a wide receiver, defender about to run in front. They take their eye off the ball for a sec to see where the defender is. That's what happened to Grayson Allen.
Or in football, sometimes the umpire gets caught up. He's stationed behind the line of scrimmage. Jordan Poole working with the Draymond Green screen. Pulls up, misses, rebound Anderson.
He stops now. He just got to score.
Melton a transition three. And the rebound to Oubre. Warriors play at the second fastest pace. Wiggins regathers. Draymond Green missing the floater, but Wiggins is there to follow it, and Wiggins has had a monster first half. 21 for Wiggins, who averaged 21 a game for Minnesota against the Grizzlies last year. Grayson Allen spins, falls down, gets it to Morant, and Morant calls for the travel. Brandon Clark returns to the lineup.
Yun lang.
Point line from the perimeter, so put your head down and get one going towards the rim. Wiggins with a Euro step. When an NBA player starts to get this type of vibe, you have to run into their body every single time down the floor. Make someone else get a play.
Lob for Clark, defended by Poole. Oubre with a rejection, and out of bounds. Golden State ball.
A lot of people don't know a lot of these names, haven't watched this Warriors team, and Steph Curry wasn't playing, so people said, well, this might not worry about this game. Listen, this is still NBA basketball. You got to respect who the other team is, and who those players are stepping on the floor, as we're bearing witness to Andrew Wiggins showing why he was the number one pick.
We got a former Rookie of the Year. Here's Poole for three, and the onslaught continues. Got a former Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year for Golden State. You got the number 2 scorer in the G League. And this quarter has been an unmitigated disaster for the Grizzlies, who trail at 67-46.
They just played together.
Yeah, they do.
That's what they've done.
Miranda, 360 spin and banks it home. Miranda double figures with 11.
Special move there, bro.
Wiggins guarded by Clark. Wiggins, that had gone down. You know it's Wiggins' night. Wiggins with 27 and a half, the most by a Grizzlies opponent in a half this season, and one off his season high. I'll tell you who all the leading scorers are, but that guy is the leading scorer, Andrew Wiggins, with 27 on 13 shots, including 5 of 7 from 3. All Warriors in the second quarter. They lead at 67-48 at the break in Memphis. Tonight with the Washington Wizards.
Ay, shoutout sa 200 million viewers natin dyan sa Facebook. Ayan. Mega love shoutout. Ayan. And if you like my live stream, no? Ayan. Pwede nyo pong i-follow. Thank you po sa mga magpa-follow sa ating page. 200 million viewers, mega love shoutout sa inyo. Bumaba pala ako ng bahay. Dito sana. Samahan ka sa trabaho. Lalaro ba si Kerry? Hindi pa naglalaro si Stephen Kerry. Injury. Lalaro ba si Kerry? Hindi pa naglalaro si Stephen Kerry. Injury.
Cowboys from North Jersey, and Abe, as his friends call him, has been a Nets fan, found that at YesNetwork.com.
Great classic Irving jersey in the house. Oh, look at that.
The Basquiat.
Beautiful.
Speaking of style and fashion, here is Michael Grady.
My bad. That's assistant coach. He made a joke at halftime and discussed adjustments for the second half of the Nets. And he said the big thing is upping the intensity on the defense side of the ball. He said Orlando far too comfortable on the offensive end in that first half, especially from three-point range. Kind of a rare stat here. The Magic made as many threes in the first half, 13, as the Nets attempted. 13 for 22 from deep for the Magic in that first half. Meanwhile, the Nets just attempted 13 threes. So the Nets want to defend the perimeter a little bit better, and they also want to get up a few more threes themselves in the second half, Ryan.
Very interesting, Michael, and a great point. Well, they get up one on their first possession, and Irving picks up right where he left off at the end of the second. He has the last 16 Nets points, and this is the Nets' first lead since it was an 11-10 game. 27 points now for Kyrie Irving. Gordon? Wow. He's picking up where he left off, too.
Talk about teams staying hot coming out of the locker rooms here at the half. It is that ease, though, in space that Orlando is finding at the three-point line.
Harris short. Rebound taken by Aminu. Gordon is tied his season high with 24 points. Vucevic.
He's someone, Vucevic, 2 of 13 from the field. The Nets did a nice job showing bodies against him.
Harden, a rare mid-range attempt from Harden, can't go.
You don't see that often. But Vucevic can also get hot, so you want to make sure that your rotations are tight and you're not giving space for these players to get involved.
Well, I mean, how many steps is Gordon allowed to take? They're saying he lost the handle, but that was a very convenient loss of handle.
It was dicey.
Harden is going to get a bucket there on the goaltend as Vucevic took it off the rim. Just the second field goal of the night for Harden, who had started 1 of 9. Had 3 fouls in the first half. Sat much of the end of the second quarter as a result of that. Harden coming off 42 minutes on Wednesday night. Aminu works right around Irving, finishes plus the foul as Jordan tried to come over and help out Kyrie and picked up the personal.
And we've seen the way that Orlando is mixing it up, pounding it at the post, Aminu going to work. Feels like he's got a mismatch as DeAndre Jordan comes from behind. Jeff Green's so worried about staying attached to Aaron Gordon. That's what allowed some of that open space, but from the three-point line and inside, Orlando is utilizing all areas on the court to continue to try and attack this Nets defense.
Steve Nash was asked about the defense before the game by Tom Dowd, just an outstanding job writing for the Nets on BrooklynNets.com. And the last 15 games, as Irving misses that three, Nets have been top half of the league in defensive rating. And Nash was asked about it, and one thing he said that I thought stood out is said, we need to feel like underdogs and play like we have something to prove on that end of the floor every night. Otherwise, we don't have a chance to be good. As Fournier hits the three, knowing that it may not be the natural talent or inclination of the personnel on this roster, there has to be that desperation on the defensive end in order to have success. We've seen it lately. We have not necessarily seen it so far tonight.
Plenty of room, steps into the shot. DeAndre Jordan hanging back behind the three-point line, and we've seen Fournier put up some deep looks. But you're absolutely right. There is different levels to what we've seen out of the Nets defense. Part of it, in many cases, come from the fact of limiting turnovers, limiting second chance opportunities for opponents, giving up extra shots and extra field goal attempts. Sometimes is an aspect of it, and then there's that other aspect of frankly, energy, intensity, the scrappiness.
6-point Magic lead after the Nets had taken the lead on the opening possession of the third. Fournier is going to get a late whistle on that. Now, it would be number 4 on Harden, who wants it reviewed, and is James just going to make that decision?
I was just about to say, I'm not sure he can't. Now, we heard how late that whistle was.
Let's see.
The only thing is, I'm not sure as well with the right hand on the side of Fournier. That will factor in.
Well, the Nets are challenging it.
Today, Michael Jordan at age 32 tries to accomplish what no one else truly has in team sports history.
It's going to take a little bit till I get my time back, but hey, I'm back. That's all that matters.
The Yes app is here, and it's your new official home for streaming the Nets on Yes. To download now, just take out your phone. Do it right now. Scan the QR code on the screen. Get inside the action like never before with personalized content and a state-of-the-art streaming experience. Download the Yes app now wherever you get your apps. It really is a terrific app. You all are going to love it. So please make sure to check it out. By the way, the challenge was not successful. So James Harden picks up his 4th foul, and the Nets lose their challenge. And Sarah, I think you nailed it. Even if the left hand got all ball, I think it was the right arm and what he did with it that made it a foul against Harden.
And I think the reaction of Harden, probably a lot of that came from the fact that it was such a late whistle.
Yeah.
And you don't like to lose a challenge at this point when it's still a tight game and so early as we're still here in the third quarter. However, James Harden and the importance and impact he has on the floor, knowing that it would be his fourth foul, I guess worth a chance.
Well, Harden's going to stay in the game right now with 4 fouls. Harris through the lane, tried to squeeze it to Jordan, and for Brooklyn, that is just their 5th turnover of the night. Right, Gordon almost got away with the travel there. Green trying to fight with Vucevic. His little mid-range rolls off, and Harden secures his 3rd rebound of the night. 5 assists, 8 points for Harden. Harden lobs it up to Jordan for the finish.
You have 3 blue jerseys all around showing traffic and bodies in the paint, but their eyes were focused on James Harden and what he was going to do, which allowed that area for the lob.
That's going to be an offensive foul. Vucevic laid the screen. 2nd foul against Vuce.
And take a look at this. DeAndre Jordan underneath, and he's able to just hang around the basket as Harden finds him. Last foul, Vucevic. Guess Jeff Gordon as he's trying to set that screen.
Green fouled now by Fournier. And that is going to be number 2 against Fournier, and the 2nd team foul against Orlando. Nets facing the Magic in Orlando after Orlando faced the Knicks in New York last night. A 1-point game. Evan Fournier had a big turnover with 5 seconds remaining as the Magic were down 1 with a chance to win. Said it was a rookie mistake on his part and took full blame for the loss. As Harris doesn't get the roll. Joe now 2 of 6 from downtown. Brooklyn as a team just 5 of 17. Gordon gets free for the reverse. 28 points from Aaron Gordon.
Magic being smart about where they're going to find those switches. And Steve Clifford talked about it pregame, just how to try and exploit and take advantage of all the switching that the Nets do.
Speaking of switching, Vucevic out on Harden, who finally gets a 3 to drop. Had been 3 for 31 from downtown over these past 4.5 games. Aminu finds the cutter. What touch there from Fournier.
And whether it's a lack of awareness or active hands, but you saw three bodies in there for Brooklyn that should have been able to bump that cut.
Harris catch fired, no. A rare miss for Joe when he is wide open like that. Shooting 61.5% on wide open threes. Randall can't finish. Those are defined as no defender within 6 feet of you. Irving pushes ahead. Can't flip it in. Wanted a whistle. Did not get it. Orlando a 7-point lead here. Fournier hits again. Evan Fournier has 23 points.
And keep in mind, Fournier had missed the previous 4 games before playing last night against the Knicks. Coming off of a 23-point game.
Harden got fouled and will shoot 2 as Aminu picks up his 2nd.
Well, you wouldn't know that this is the worst shooting team in the league based on how Orlando is playing, but I do think it's just showing the variety of pack and how much they're getting inside the paint. You see the cuts, the movement, the action off the ball. That's allowed Orlando to loosen up the Nets defense.
Hey, be ready for the 21-22 season with a season ticket membership. Memberships make you a part of the Nets family and give you the ultimate access. Secure your Nets membership today by visiting BrooklynNets.com or calling 718-NETS-TIX. I think we are all very much looking forward to a full season of these stars and fans.
Cannot say it enough.
Bruce Brown into the game for Brooklyn.
as Joe Harris will get a breather. Harris 11 points. Green out as well. So it's Irving, Harden, Brown, Shamet, and Jordan. As Harden misses both free throws. Nets on Wednesday shot a season-high 40 attempts against Indiana, made just 31 of them. Vucevic again given a lot of space, takes advantage, and Orlando's lead is 11.
And that's the last thing you want to see from Vucevic. 3 of 15 from the floor, but if he starts getting hot, he can knock down buckets.
Irving hits the jumper after he shed Fournier. 29 for Kyrie Irving. Nets need a little something on the defensive end. Not been bringing the feistiness that we've seen during this stretch. Vucevic over Jordan. Good D from DeAndre Jordan. Irving a pull-up three, short. Brown fought for it, but won by Birch. Vucevic, look out. You nailed it, partner.
Once you start getting your rhythm, a shooter and a scorer like Vucevic, beware.
The Nets trail by 12 to the Magic. Orlando trying to snap a 9-game losing streak. 4:40 to go in the third.
Right. Here we go. Let's look at the board. Minute on the clock. Which
Tambak ang Brooklyn Nets.
two? Not a match. But she says 1, 3. Here's the match. Okay, 1 down. 4 and 7.
Warriors versus Grizzlies. Bilas ng Warriors. Ito na sila Kerry.
Predicament as they did there. Valanciunas took the dive to the basket, left
At 50% from the floor, Grizzlies 41%. Draymond Green, 8th assist of the game.
20 points. Time out then, time out. About the Warriors. Maganda pa ang laban ng Utah tsaka Toronto Raptors.
puts that player in a predicament as they did there. Valanciunas took the dive to the basket, left.
Nets na lang tayo, Nets. I'm out there.
Toronto led by 7 in the first half. Here's Royce, puts it down on the floor, fouled by Lowry, his second. And you're starting to see Toronto get after it defensively. The ball pressure, they're really upping their defense, or trying to anyways. Here's Lowry coming off the fake screen, and then Conley goes underneath. Lowry's a good three-point shooter at 39%.
Takes a lot of them, too. 7 a game. Buries that one. Bogdanovich has space. Again, close to the rim, can't finish. He'll try one more time. There it is. He's fighting. Give him credit for he's not giving up. All right, he keeps attacking and attacking. Gets his own rebound this time. This is how he's going to break his little slump. He's just got to go, keep going.
Yeah, solid sequence by Bogdanovich. Free throw coming up after the break.
Break.
Toronto led by 7 in the first.
Yes, as they take on the Philadelphia Phillies in Tampa, Florida. Michael Gay and John
here offensively against this Nets defense. You need to see some more bounce, some more energy, connectivity.
Well, Nicholas Claxton checks into the game for Brooklyn. We'll see if he can bring some bounce and energy. The Magic had just 93 points all of last night. They have 93 already in this game. They're on a 14-2 run. Shamet corner 3, no. And Brooklyn has not shot it well from 3 in this game. Now 6 of 21 from downtown. Magic shooting it much higher than their normal averages, and the Nets much below as Birch can't keep the rhythm going. Irving around the Claxton screen. Irving into the lane, cups it in. Beautiful finish, 31 points for Kyrie Irving. Nets looking to close this third quarter strong and build a little momentum going to the fourth. James Harden on the bench with 4 fouls. He has had an extraordinarily rare off night. Vucevic again. Sarah, you nailed it when he was given that wide open 10-footer. Vucevic up to 17 points now. He has 12 in the quarter.
And his teammates additionally understand how to find him. Regardless of circumstance and situation, they know he's been their go-to guy, averaging 25 points per game. And he can hit on all different spaces of the floor, and he's starting to show it.
So the Nets numbers there from 2 compared to from 3. Irving from 2, yes.
And really, Kyrie Irving, the only guy that has been able to get going on the offensive side for Brooklyn.
33 points now for Irving. Nets need a stop. Claxton up into Vucevic. In the corner, that's rejected by Brown, saved by Irving, and Claxton didn't see it.
A situation where Claxton was just looking to get wide and start running, getting on the ring, but at some point, especially with Kyrie, James Harden, the players that he's around, you have always got to have an eye and a vision, a line of vision on the ball, because you never know when it's going to get advanced.
Irving up by Gordon, and that's going to be a backcourt violation as Orlando turns it over.
In a 15-point deficit at the end of the third quarter, it's not insurmountable by any stretch, but you need a little bit of bounce. You need some juice. Find stringing together some shots.
That's not it. Yeah, Shamet got a good look, but short again.
And getting stops, even more importantly, at this end of the ball.
Shot clock at 5. Gordon has size on Johnson. Fading, and it's hitting again. Aaron Gordon, 30 points tonight for Orlando.
His decision-making on when he's looking for a shot has been very good.
Oh, Kyrie Irving, a sensational navigation to the rim.
And he keeps having defenders back on their heels. A nice job. Doesn't use a screen because he crosses through Aaron Gordon, gets past 2 other Orlando defenders. His finishes around the rim continue to be sensational.
36 points now for Irving. The Nets need stops, though. Down 14. Magic shooting 55.5% from the floor. They're shooting 59% from three. Gordon had it knocked away by Claxton. Scrappy, and it's off of Brooklyn.
And good hands there by Nicholas Claxton.
And Aaron Gordon is a little slow to get up.
Watch the back of his head right here as Bruce Brown is jumping over him. And yeah, the knee, the foot. Never good when you get the headband off. Let's not forget, Orlando, without Michael Carter-Williams, they're without Terrence Ross.
Without Fultz and Isaac for the season. Shot clock under 5. Vucevic elevates, can't hit. Offensive board, Birch. Another chance here for Orlando. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Vucevic with number 4.
Hooks off that play. And you see, he recognized there was a mismatch right there on Landry Shamet. Easy call.
17 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists for Vucevic. 4 fouls now. Irving soars in, and this one's going the other way. Kyrie Irving is called for a travel. Kyrie doesn't think so.
I don't need to see that one again. It didn't have a feel of a travel initially because of the jump stop.
Gordon? This is just ridiculous. Aaron Gordon, unstoppable tonight. He's 6 of 7 from 3, 33 points. Johnson can't hit, and a foul on the loose ball against Orlando. They're over the limit, so free throws coming for Brooklyn. Now, Sarah, let's, after this free throw, take another look at that Kyrie travel call.
All right. So you see the gather right there. Jump. Is it 3 jumps? Did I miss a jump?
Was there an extra hop in there? I guess there was.
I think there was an extra hop in there. Let me pull out my glasses.
Yeah. Gordon working his way into the lane. Extra feed. Wing 3 is good. It might just be one of those nights. Bacon hits the 3. Orlando with 19 threes already tonight. 5th time this season, Brooklyn's allowed 100 through 3.
You're on. Okay, I'm gonna
SavageOrlandoMagic.com.
First off, congratulations. Secondly, I know you probably wanted to come in a win, but just how satisfying was it to hear your name called as an NBA All-Star?
It was, one of the best feelings ever. I mean, it was a huge honor. Something that I'm very proud of being able to do in my career. Make the All-Star team twice now. Hopefully not the last one. I think, I have to thank my teammates and the coaches, for putting me in a position to be able to do this. From the beginning of the year and pushing me, and also, talking about it in the media and stuff when people like them. So, but without them, I wouldn't have been in the position to do it. So, big thanks to them, and just a very huge honor for me.
Nick, we made it 2 years ago. We learned how you found out. How did you find out this time?
Shane tweeted out the names, and but I was like, people want to congratulate me and stuff, and I was just like, nah, until it's official, until like I get word from TNT.
.com is our winner. You're going home with a $100 gift card to the Orlando Magic Team Shop. Thanks for playing. RP Funding, DoorDash for cash.
Nets fans, single game tickets for this season are now on sale. Don't miss your chance to catch all the action live at Barclays Center. Limited tickets are available. Remember, all tickets include the cost of a COVID-19 test. For more information, visit BrooklynNets.com. Well, David Cole previews the MLB season on the latest Curtain Call podcast. Check out his 5-game losing streak for Orlando. They came within a possession of breaking it last night. He's just a treasure trove of information and insight and hilarious. It's a great podcast with Kevin Sullivan, our head of digital. You will love it. I got to do it recently.
Flip is an absolute treasure.
Yes.
Kevin is spectacular to talk to. I was fortunate enough to be on it a few months ago.
Did you have fun?
A blast. A blast. It was an honor. I think Flip thought I was just saying it, but it felt like an honor.
The key is to stay employed after the podcast. Now, that's really what it's about.
We made it. We made it.
The Nets have a big hole to climb out if you're against the Magic. Fournier, and it's Brooklyn ball. All right, Sarah, down 19. Harden in after sitting much of the third. Nets were outscored by 17 in the third. How does Brooklyn get back in this game and give themselves a chance?
Well, quite simply, it starts on the defensive end of the floor to get stops, and I think so often we see two things related to the other. You're missing shots, and can deflate you a little bit, and it also can force pressure on your defense.
Shamet catch fire and hit from three.
It's all about a rhythm, and more than anything with the Nets, getting more locked in, added level of intensity and energy. Those are the things you got to see, because Orlando is the one that played last night. Yet they're bringing it.
There's Claxton bringing some energy from the 5 spot. Harden got fouled. And James Harden is going to shoot 2. So 2 stops and a chance for 2 scores to begin the 4th.
Because you look at the numbers, and we've alluded to them, but Orlando, a team that's last in the league in field goal percentage, over 55, but over 61% from the three-point line.
A lot of James Harden streaks are on the line. How about the active streaks? Road double-doubles, 14. 25 and 5, 13. 20 and 10, 6. Triple-doubles, 3. 15 assists, 2. These are, in some cases, franchise records. In other cases, not done since Jason Kidd or Darren Williams. They're all on the line here. He is 13, 6, and 3 right now. Claxton came from behind to contest it. Aminu can't hit. That's out of bounds off Bamba, and another stop for Brooklyn.
Excellent help, good movement. I think we have learned from James Harden, the only record.
Oh, my goodness! What a down-court delivery, and Claxton is rewarded.
Touchdown.
Harden to Claxton. Fired up.
I want you all to play along, so here we go. He says, make some noise.
and one there. Former. They haven't needed to break too much with the way that Wiggins, the way that Poole got started in this game, and then with the way Draymond Green has just orchestrated in these half-court sets.
He's digging in defensively here in the half court. Draymond Green a topside three. And the rebound to Melton. And Morant stepped out of bounds. Tough night for Morant.
It's a tough night because another team, number one, they have enough guards that can switch different people onto him. But another night where the opposing team defensively has done a good job of having multiple guys in the painted area. So anytime he thinks there's a drive opportunity, where there's another defender on that second line waiting.
Great look by Draymond Green to Damian Lee.
Draymond Green gets the ball. Everybody else as a defender, your antenna needs to go up because you know that he is looking to make the next play. Nice move here up and under by Melton. And the Warriors know that he's looking to pass. So there's perpetual motion. He gets from the ball, back screen set, down screen set, cut to the basket like this by Baseball, misses that layup there. But they are in constant motion away from him.
Has not made them uncomfortable. Melton, his first three of the game, 7 for D. Melt. 23 bench points for the Grizzlies. It's an Golden State team that has been very businesslike. They are 11-2 against teams that are currently below 500. And Wiggins gets to 30 plus and 1. Anthony Melton with the foul. A new season high for Anthony Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins.
See there, just a mental crossover at the top of the key, and from there, just able to get to the rim with the layup.
Andrew Wiggins with 31, new season high, had 28 against Utah earlier this year. Final minute of the third. Winslow floats it, misses. Green's got the double-double, 13. 11 rebounds now. Green guarded by Melton. Maker for 3. Rebound to Desmond Bain. So Green would be rebound, assist, double-double. 8th double-double of the year for Green. That's what he does. With just 2 points. Winslow out of the corner for 3. Puts it in. Winslow with 5. The Grizzlies essentially trading baskets with Golden State here in the third. Wiggins for 3. Nearly banked it in. Warriors led it 67-48 at the break. They lead at 91-72 heading to the fourth quarter.
We're near his size.
Get off this 5-star rated podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Our president of...
Come on, let's see it. Magic fans, make some noise for our Magic Usher dance cam. Oh, they're shy tonight.
Okay.
Come on, guys, let's see it.
Dallas Mavericks.
It's time for the Toyota game summary. The Magic have shot the lights out tonight. Outscored the Nets by 17 in the third, but Brooklyn in 11-0 beginning to the fourth. Nets trailed by as many as 19. That's what they trailed by to begin the fourth quarter, trying to mount a comeback. James Harden on a winning mentality. We don't make excuses. Who's ever in the lineup, be ready to perform and do whatever it takes to get the win. That's the kind of mindset we've been on. Nets have won 14 of 15 despite Kevin Durant playing in just one of those games.
We see a different look in the eyes of James Harden.
Shamit comes up with a steal. 5-on-3 developing. Harden, the lob to Claxton, who just missed the bunny.
Oh, that pass.
And now a foul on Brown, I believe on the floor. And Claxton upset with himself after not finishing.
I mean, watch this pass. I just think Claxton loses a hold on that. Doesn't catch it clean. It's going to happen. You know Harden's going to keep coming back at him. But the Nets have shown a good fervor here on the defensive end.
Fournier bodies in and gets the wedgie. I believe he also got a foul. So Fournier is going to shoot two. You know, Ian Eagle actually had a wedgie in his game. I mean, he didn't have a wedgie, but
careful
but
with
he got
your
to
words.
call a wedgie in his Oral Roberts Ohio State game.
His, I believe, was in overtime.
Yes. And Ian sounded incredible, as he always does.
Synchronization of all of our Yes on Nets fam. Nets on Yes fam.
That's right.
Get it right, Sam.
One gets a wedgie, the other gets a wedgie. 1 for 2 at the line. Irving back in for Brooklyn. Irving, Harden, Claxton, Brown, and Harris. Harris turns the corner, lays it in. Beautiful shield from Jolton Joe. 7-point game. Brooklyn 5 of 7 to begin the fourth. Magic 0 for 4 from the floor. Claxton switched on Fournier. Gordon back in for Orlando. Kicks to Aminu. Make that Bacon can't hit the three. Rebound taken by Irving. Another stop for the Nets.
And you imagine that at some point, this pressure is going to start to come to the Magic. You see them starting to get a little bit more tight from the field.
Harden got the whistle, came late, but it did come. And Harden will shoot two.
Joe Harris off the handoff. Just keeps on turning the corner. Beautiful job of the finish. We see this often with the creativity of Joe around the basket. And then James Harden, think about the things we have talked about as of late, how he has taken over and gotten downhill on the attack, especially in the fourth quarter. Starting to see that now.
The Nets have not done tonight is shoot free throws as well as they normally do. 14 of 20. They are 7th in the league in free throw percentage at 80%. Tonight, just 70. Harden, 9. It's that one. 14-1 start to the fourth quarter for Steve Nash's squad. Harden now with 14 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Claxton looking to D up Gordon, who has 33 points in this game. Catch it, fire from 3 is off for Aminu. And Orlando's been so hot, you'd think at some point they would miss some looks from 3. Harden, no. Rebound Gordon. Harden just 1 of 5 from downtown.
You would think, but I thought that after the first quarter.
And the second. Aminu, another look from 3. That rims out. 5 Nets there for the rebound.
You get a player to start thinking 30% career shooter on the season. You're that wide open, you can overthink it.
Irving buries the J. It's a 4-point game with 7+ minutes of real estate.
Bilis ah.
A 16-1 start to the fourth for Brooklyn. Fournier, gets fouled. Bruce Brown not happy. And to the naked eye, looked questionable, but the Nets have already used their challenge unsuccessfully on James Harden's fourth foul at the beginning of the third.
And there's just, see the left arm tucked under. Continued to push and ride Fournier as he was driving to the basket. And Fournier does a nice job as Brown tries to stay in front of just being aggressively on the attack downhill. I think there was just enough from that off arm, the left arm of Bruce Brown, that he kept riding him through the lane.
Fournier, after Brown picked up his fourth foul, hits both free throws. Jason Randall back in for Orlando. 26 points now for Fournier, 13 for Gordon. Vucevic flirting with a triple-double. Irving has 38 for Brooklyn. Oh, that lob nearly stolen, but a foul called against the Magic as Claxton was gathering it. And that's going to be the third foul against the Magic already here in this fourth.
Great grab. And to your point, Rooks, let's catch a bit of a break there by Claxton being aggressive and meeting the basketball to catch that pass, because it could have been the Magic going the other way.
Timeout with 6:54 to go. Magic a 106-100 lead over Brooklyn. Let's take a look, Sarah, at the night so far from Kyrie Irving.
He has been fun to watch. What else is new? The handles, creating space. When he is able to operate in space and find some clean looks like that, just watch out. Cutting through the lane, getting by his defender. And it's the reads. It's the decision-making. It's finding some of those slivers, and his ability to finish at the rim is amongst the best, and he's showing it off tonight.
Hey, Nets fans, single-game tickets for this season are now on sale. Join us this Sunday when your Nets take on the Washington Wizards. Visit brooklynnets.com/tickets to purchase your tickets today. And remember, all Nets tickets include the cost of a COVID-19 test. And if you can't come to the game, well, Sunday night on Yes, the Nets are back home in Brooklyn to battle Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, and the Washington Wizards. Coverage starts at 6:30 with the FanDuel Sportsbook Nets pregame. Then we're back with the call right here on Yes and streaming on the brand new Yes app. Irving, 5 to shoot. Irving separates, had too much on it, able to control the rebound and get it out to Harden. What balance and strength from Irving. Harden a three. He wanted a foul, didn't get it, and it's out of bounds off of who? I believe it's going to be off Orlando, and Irving, twice on the glass here, wins the Nets the possession.
Well, first it's just the extra hustle, but here's the patience, and you see he's trying to look to find an open teammate.
Harris, corner, alone. Whoa. A rare miss like that from Joe. It's just 2 of 9 from 3. Nets still need stops. Down 6. Started the fourth quarter down 19. Akiki flips it out. Bacon into the lane across his body. Doesn't get the roll. Claxton secures it. Here comes Harden. Harris wants this one. Can't get it to go. Rare to see Joe miss these wide open looks. Now 2 of 10 from 3.
Clean. You couldn't create better opportunities for a guy that you want taking those shots.
Vucevic turns and hits. First field goal of the fourth quarter for Orlando. How do the Nets respond? Irving wiggles to the bucket, couldn't finish. Brown, it looked like Brown could have just gone up with it and instead was seeking contact. Couldn't finish. On the other end, an air ball. Harden, the acceleration, and gets the whistle. James Harden will go to the line.
You see physical play here on both ends and a lot of contact, but the awareness for James Harden just to get the ball and get downhill. And at this point for the Nets, given how they've been shooting, particularly from the field, just the scoop and the attack.
Harden hits the first. Sarah, any noticeable changes from your perspective to the Nets defensively in this fourth?
They're collapsing on the inside, so you see Bruce Brown roaming, and he's picking up wherever the cutter is right there around that high post area. And the focus has clearly been to try and keep Orlando out of the inside. That's why we've seen some cleaner three-point looks. There's the fact of banking on that they'd rather take away the inside and take away some of those drives because of the way Orlando typically shoots from three as they've started to cool off.
Shaman and Green come in for Brooklyn as Vucevic misses from three. Irving the rebound, another opportunity for the Nets. Shaman wide open, cannot hit the three. I mean, the Nets have had golden opportunities these last few possessions.
Some clean, wide open looks from three from players that have been the guys that you would want taking those three-point shots. Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, Kyrie Irving has had some nice looks around the basket.
The Nets are 1 for their last 12 from three. Almost makes it amazing that they've been able to shave this deficit down as much as they have. Vucevic with the shot clock fading, left it short. Gordon able to flag it down, give Orlando another chance here, and a whistle. The shot clock reset to 24 instead of 14. Vucevic over to Fournier. Gets the switch on Green. Green trying to hang, and Fournier sticks the three. We'll see if that proves to be a pivotal bucket in this game. Lead back to 9 for Orlando as Harden answers right away.
Nice response from James Harden. He was 1 of 6 from the three-point line prior to that shot. So look at the numbers from three.
That is not what you would have expected. 20 Orlando threes compared to Brooklyn's 8. Gordon got the corner and just chucked it out of bounds. Brooklyn ball.
So just under 4 minutes left. You got a 2-possession game. The contrast of, as much as we had reminded everyone, Steve Clifford, this Orlando team in New York, having played last night and played a close one with a lot of guys having played heavy minutes, and the Nets, a lot of energy goes into making a comeback.
Oh, Harris vacated the corner, and Harden was trying to get it to him. Nets have done a nice job protecting the ball tonight. That was just the 8th turnover, and their first in the fourth quarter. And still needs stops. Brown fronting Vucevic. Vucevic got fouled.
Vucevic can be so good with his footwork and obviously with his height and his release point and able to work Brown and body Brown. And while Bruce Brown does what he's expected to do with being physical and trying to put pressure on a body, not as easy when the size advantage exists like it does in a player like Vucevic.
The Nets have gotten the stops they've needed to come back in this fourth quarter. They have just not been able to get over the hump as they
last 3 minutes. Uy, putik ka. Copyright. Copyright. Malakas pang Warriors, wala si Kyrie. Oh. Simula na din Phoenix Suns. Tsaka simula na din. Bakit tayo?
Offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Gordon threw it away. Chance for Brooklyn, down 7. Irving has Green wide open in the corner. Clank. And that has been the story here as Harden comes up with a steal. How about Harris? No. Green the rebound. I mean, the Nets, an excellent shooting team, are just missing perfect rhythmic wide open looks from 3. Harden, no.
Think about the fact 7.5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. The Nets pull it within 4. And then since then, they've gotten, to your point, clean looks for their shooters, ones that we expect them and have seen them make over and over again, and it's just not been their night here in Orlando.
Fournier forces it up.
Uy! Galing!
That's going to count from Gordon. Gordon able to make the most of that. The lead back to 9. Harris in the corner. Finally gets one to drop.
Harris.
Had been 2 for 11 from 3.
And you understand the feel right now, but there's still about 2 minutes left and it's a 2-possession game. So there is still plenty of time here, but it's about getting stops and then knocking down these looks that you've continued to create.
Gordon, step back 3.
Patay na naman.
Aaron Gordon may have just sent a dagger into Brooklyn. 38 points for Gordon. Orlando with a season-high 21 threes. Claxton, no. And that may do it. Nets got it to 4 with 7.5 minutes to go. And just went cold. They still were getting stops, but just couldn't finish as Fournier flips the dagger in. 119,
Patay ang Nets.
Irving,
Uy, galing ni Irving. Wala.
couldn't finish. Birch the rebound. And inside of a minute to go.
Patay ang Brooklyn.
That could have been 40 for Kyrie.
Yep.
We never see him miss shots like that.
He's got a chance here. And with that layup, Kyrie Irving and James Harden become the first teammates in Nets history to score 40 in back-to-back games. Unfortunately for Brooklyn, it will be in a loss tonight as Irving has a 3. The Magic are going to snap their 9-game losing streak against the hottest team in the NBA. Harris, a wing 3, won't go. Emblematic of what's happened down the stretch of the 4th. Nets, after trailing by 19 after the 3rd, got the stops they wanted, cut it to 4, and then went cold as Brooklyn's 6-game winning streak is snapped. Tonight in Orlando, the final 121-113 as the Magic end a 9-game losing streak.
Just wasn't the night for the Nets, despite Kyrie Irving having his 6th game as a member of the Brooklyn Nets. And there you go, Rooks.
First time in Nets history, consecutive 40-point games by Brooklyn Nets teammates. But for the Nets, could not quite get over the hump. Let's take a look at the dunk of the game. It's presented by Bigelow Tea.
Nicholas Claxton continues to shine. Right up the middle, throws it down. Good pass from Joe Harris. He's got a couple Magic players trailing him. Gets up, throws it down for your Bigelow Tea dunk of the game.
How about the Land Rover drive of the game, Sarah?
Oh, this was an energizing play that we thought would shift the momentum.
Malas ang Nets. Daming open shot. Wala eh. Yung mga pasok. Pa tayo sa Warriors, ano. Warriors, Memphis.
For Sarah Kustok, Michael Grady, and our entire Yes Network crew, this is Ryan Rucco. Chris Frank, and the postgame starts right now. This is Ryan Rucco. Chris Frank, and the postgame starts right now.
Patay ang Nets. Dami open shot. Wala eh. Malas. Orlando pala ang katapat ng Nets. Orlando Magic. Kalang. Mega love shoutout. 300 million viewers natin sa Facebook. Ayan. 300 million viewers. Ayan. Baka pwede po nating i-follow ang ating page. Ayan. Thank you so much po sa mga magpa-follow dyan. Ayan. 300 million viewers. Facebook.
They've been trained to just officiate games. They now have stepped into a little bit of our world.
One for Wiggins. Tilly, a catch and shoot three, it's through. Tilly, his second 3-point make of this is rookie season. Rookie out of France. Teammate of Brandon Clark with Gonzaga. And Wiggins he's hungry. He's looking for more. He's got more. 40-piece for Andrew Wiggins.
Maybe that 47. No. Get it, sub him out. Or foul him.
Bain for three. Tilly keeping it alive. And rebound to Mulder. Green, Wiggins, Cooley as Mulder. That's Mulder pulling the trigger.
And Draymond Green orchestrated that entire play. As he came down the floor, he told Damian Lee exactly what he wanted to do. That was able to fall in by Tillman. wanted to set the screen. They wanted to try to get Mulder a basket here at this point.
13 assists for Green. Tilly with a rejection. Tyus will cast. Long rebound, Tilly. Conchar will try and make. John Conchar with the three, and Steve Kerr says, I'm going to use my last time out. I'm not taking any back to the hotel.
Well, I like that these guys are just coming here at the end of the game, playing with energy, not playing with their heads down, playing together and making things happen.
Conchar, 33% from beyond the arc. Knocks it in.
Eyes open, called out the plays that they wanted to run. You see the dribble handoff situation. And then on the defensive side, he goes out and he is the voice on the back line for your defense. He plays at an undersized position, gets deflections. The ability to play the entire game for Draymond Green on a regular basis is his strength.
It's been that kind of night. Mulder gets the hometown bounce on the road. Mulder, who had not played in each of the last 4 games, hits the triple Tilly with a miss. Conchar with the takeaway. Great look to Jason Tillman. Yeah, it is good to see the guys that in single-digit minutes put in a good effort out there. 6 for Tillman off the bench. Teams below 500, and the Warriors are 2 games above 500.
The other thing that I like about what they've done, partner, is they still played the game the right way. They didn't come into the game, good move here by Bane, just worrying about getting there on the offensive end. They've had defensive effort that has enabled them to get out and get some easy scores. And then when they've had to play half-court sets, they've really been able to work their motion.
Wanamaker. Wanamaker with 7. Wanamaker. Presumably to get Alan Smilagic into the game.
Raptors.
Hearing in just his 2nd game of the season because he had right meniscal tear surgery on January 4th. Played a few games with Santa Cruz of the G League, and now back with the Warriors.
What the Warriors' reflection numbers look like. Desmond Bane knocks down another 3. What their reflection, that number had to be lost.
Yeah, you'd have to go deep into the abacus to get that total. Step back 3 by Wanamaker. Not a good looking shot. But the Warriors are going to win it tonight. Offensive foul.
Sean.
Desmond Bane.
That's a good move. He just got strong shoulders.
Grizzlies' 20th turnover of the game. The Grizzlies, for most of this season, have been a pretty ball-secure crew, but not tonight. 20 turnovers leading to 30 Golden State points.
Wala talagang pumasok sa ano eh.
Not the way everybody said. The deflections for the Warriors, their activity on the defensive end is pretty much it. Wiggins went big. Poole had a big first half. But their defensive activity, that was what really turned this game for the Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors are top 10 steal team, averaging 8 a game. They come up with a dozen tonight. Kyle used knocked from his hands out of bounds. Grizzlies get it back from 38-1. Tonight's game produced by Scott Zachary, directed by Tom Hughes. Dave Rainack was our lead replay operator tonight, and the graphics by the one and only B-Dub, Brian Wright. Killian with a rejection. Tyus will try. Boarded by Nico Mannion, and we are done. 116-103, Golden State will take it. Warriors now lead the all-time series 49-44. Warriors win here for the first time since November the 19th of 2000.
Lusot ang Warriors. Lusot.
That night they didn't have Steph Curry. They didn't have Klay Thompson. They didn't have D'Angelo Russell. But without Steph Curry, no problem. 48% shooting for the Warriors, who win their 22nd of the season, 116-103. Back with the final word from FedEx Forum in a moment.
They've been trained to just officiate games. They now have stepped into a little bit of our world.
Lusot. Lusot. Ang Warriors.